Hello everyone, my name's Lacey and today I have my wax empties and half empties from the last week to share with you. I'm still following along with the wax melting challenge that Patricia Gates is hosting currently. So we're going to start with, I did remember to grab my list this time. So we're going to start with the 15th of June, which was to melt a breezy scent. So I started in the kitchen and the back room with Aquarius from the Bathing Garden. And the scent notes are juniper, fresh air, salt water, pineapple, and peach. This one smells like Juniper Breeze from Bath and Body Works. It may be Juniper Breeze with like those fruity notes added, but it pretty much just smells like Juniper Breeze to me, and on warm it really just smelled like Juniper Breeze to me. So I figured that was a good one for breezy day. I should say it performed really well. I love Juniper Breeze and I would probably repurchase that one. In the living room, dining room, and entryway, I did Palm Trees and Ocean Breeze from Scentsy. Like that ocean air and a little bit of a lush green kind of note. Yeah, this is nice. It performed well. I would probably get this one again too. This is still, I still had this one from when it was a scent of the month, but I would probably repurchase that one. It's currently in the catalog. And then in the bedrooms and bathrooms, I did High Mountain Lake from Scentsy, and I picked this one because it's so breezy that it's almost non-existent. This one is so light for me. This was from the Father's Day collection. I know a lot of people preferred this one over Desert Rock and Citron. I prefer Desert Rock and Citron. I put that one in my club. This one I won't repurchase and I'm not going to put in my club. I had 2 bars. I melted both of them and I waited a good amount of time in between so I could let the second bar sit a little bit longer and see if it got any stronger. It was exactly the same. Very light. Very light. And this one, to me, I forget what the notes are, but to me it smells like fluffy fleece. So if you like the scent of fluffy fleece, but you want fluffy fleece to be almost non-existent, try High Mountain Lake and you'll get what you're going for. Because that's what it smells like to me. It smells like if fluffy fleece is a 9 out of 10, fluffy fleece performs really well for me. If it's an 8 or 9 out of 10, this is a 1. Like, barely could smell it. I can smell it a tiny little bit in the clam. I could barely smell it in the bedrooms and bathrooms. I had to search for it, and in my bedroom I did 4 cubes, 3 in the Scentsy Accord and then 1 in the Polar Panorama, and usually I get really good performance that way, but not with this one. I was looking forward to this one, but that was a disappointment, so wouldn't repurchase that one. The next day, the 16th, was to melt lemon scents. The prompt was to melt lemon scents. In the living room, dining room, and entryway, I did lemonade, sage, blackberry fizzy pop from L3. This was okay. It was like a medium performer, maybe like a 5 or 6 out of 10, probably a 5. It smells really good in here. I get all of that. I get a fizzy blackberry lemonade with a little bit of a sage note, but it didn't perform how I would have wanted it to. It performed well enough. I would have liked it to be much stronger, but I could definitely smell it. I just would have liked it to be stronger. So I'll probably finish that up in the kitchen and see how it does in there in the tea light and the bulb warmers. Who knows, if it does well in there, I would maybe repurchase that because I do really like the scent. In the kitchen, I did For Real Dough from Yummer's Delight. This is lemon iced sugar cookie dough and vanilla ice cream. This is so good. It's so good. Oh my goodness. It is like a lemon sugar cookie dough with a creamy vanilla. It's making my mouth water. It's so good. I could eat this. I used to really like Lemon Bakery, and then I kind of fell off of that. Maybe I overdid it, but I don't know. I do like Lemon Bakery, and I really like Yummer's Delight's fragrances. They're always good. Even scents that I would think that I wouldn't like, I like from Yummer's Delight. So I would definitely, I think I have another Lemon Bakery in my collection, and I would definitely get more. I would repurchase this one. It was super strong and it smelled so good. So I do really like that. I used to love lemon coconut chiffon from, is that what it's called? Lemon coconut chiffon? Yeah, I used to love that from Scentsy. And the last time I melted it, it was so just buttery and off-putting. I think I mentioned before that since I had COVID, my nose has changed on some scents, like some of the dairy leaning scents, and I'll pick up more on the butter or the milk, and it's like slightly off-putting. So lemon chiffon cake is how it was called. Anyway, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. That one I just can't do anymore. This one is so much better to me, so I would get that. Again, I know I'm rambling. In the back room, I did Golden Lemon Double Stuff from Midnight Daydream. And this is pie crust, vanilla frosting, and iced lemon pound cake. This one was good. I remember thinking it was a little odd. I don't know what it was because I don't really pick it up on cold. I feel like I was getting like a smoky note or something, and I don't know where that was coming from because it smells good in here. And I mean, I like smoky notes, but it was just weird because of the scent that it is. Like, it shouldn't have smelled like smoky. I don't know. It was a medium performer. You can't get Midnight Daydream anymore anyway. I wish we could, but we can't, so it wouldn't be a repurchase. In the bathrooms, how many do I have here? Oh, okay. In the bathrooms, I did Clean Cotton and Lemon Drops from the Clean Cotton sampler that I got from Super Tarts, and this was really nice. It was Clean Cotton and that like kind of tangy, kind of clean lemon drop scent. Yeah, it was really nice. I'm really enjoying the Clean Cotton sampler so far. I love Clean Cotton, and I'm liking everything that she's blended it with so far. So I would probably get that again if she offered it. I don't think she will, but I would maybe grab like a clam of it. In the kids' rooms, I did Luna from Super Tarts. And this is herbal lavender, lemon custard, and vanilla bean. So again, it has that like lemon curd scent with lavender. I don't know what's happening to my voice. Lemon curd, lavender, and vanilla bean. I do like this. Again, there's something in here. I don't know. It could be the vanilla bean, or it could just be Super Tarts lemon custard, lemon curd scent that's a little off-putting to my nose now, but I used to like it. It was okay. I put it in the kids' room, so it's not like I had to be in there smelling it all day, and mostly I picked this up for Abel because he likes lavender scents, and Luna is a Ravenclaw and he is a Ravenclaw, so I picked it up for him, melted it in their room, so it doesn't really matter what I thought of it, but it was like a medium performer. It wasn't super strong, and I normally get super strong performance from Super Tarts, so I don't think I would pick that one up again. And then in our bedroom, I did Warung. I wanted to look that up and I forgot because I don't know how to say it and I hate saying things incorrectly. Warung? I don't know. It's I'm sure one of you guys knows how it's correctly pronounced. Indonesian dark patchouli essential oil with chamomile tea and lemon. I really like this one. It's definitely that patchouli essential oil smell, which isn't always my favorite patchouli. Sometimes I like a more, normally I like a more like earthy patchouli, or like a, I don't know, like a leafy patchouli or a smoky patchouli. This is definitely the patchouli essential oil, but I really like it with the chamomile tea and the lemon mixed in. It's just a unique take on it, and it's really, really nice. Yeah, I loved this one. It performed really well for me, and I would repurchase. This was from 3/16/21. I don't remember if this is one that I purchased or if this one was in the round robin. I can't remember, but I would get that one again. Really liked it. Okay, the next day was the 17th. The prompt was to melt a root beer or brown wax. So I actually didn't have any root beer in my collection. I was kind of surprised. I do like root beer scents, but I didn't have any. I looked and I looked and I didn't find any. So I went with brown. But I did do Starlight Soda Pop from the Bathing Garden, which is a fizzy soda scent, but I think it's a lemon lime soda, but it has this like woodsy note to it. Yeah, it's like a lemon lime soda pop with like a woodsy note, and kind of, I get like a vanilla in here. It's really nice. I would possibly get another clam of this one to try it again. I felt like it was a little lighter than I would like it to be. It was probably a 5 out of 10. I think I would have liked it to be stronger. So I might get another clam to give it another try, but I did do it in the tea light warmer and the bulb warmers in the kitchen, and yeah, back here in the back room. So I liked it. I just wanted it to be a little bit stronger for me. Then in the bedrooms and bathrooms, I did Echo from Scentsy. This was a Bring Back My Bar. I don't know what year this was from. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 2019 or something. Oh, this is really good. I don't know why I don't have more of this. It's really good. It's cologne. That, oh my gosh, it's like mouth-watering cologne. And this was so strong. My husband probably didn't appreciate this because I didn't really think about it. He doesn't love cologne scents, and he really doesn't like when they're like super strong in your face cologne scents, and this really was. He didn't say anything about this one though, I don't think. There was one, it might have been in last week's Empties, I forget. There was one that he was like, what's happening? What is this scent and why? I forget what it was though. I don't think it was this one. Anyway, it was very strong. I probably shouldn't have put this in the bedrooms because he spends a lot more time in there than I do. His computer's in there and everything, so I probably should have put this through the living room, dining room, and entryway. It's so nice though. I forget what's in here, but oh my Lanza, it's good. It's like, it's cologne. Like, there's no other way. You can't say this is anything else. It's a cologne scent, but I'm trying to like decipher what kind of cologne scent to me, I remember thinking while it was melting that it smelled like an herbal cologne, because those are probably my favorite herbal colognes, aquatic colognes. Those are my favorites. And I really, really liked this while it was melting, and I remember thinking it smells herbal. So good, but I need to look up the scent notes. I would definitely get that one again if I could. I should probably add this to my list. I've been working on a list to do the video tag that Melissa Johnson Hate started, about scents that we wish we could have again, or, you know, scents that we want to get voted back or whatever. I've been working on that. My list is so incredibly long, and I apologize in advance, but I should probably add this one because, wowza, it's good. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking. This had 1 cube missing, so I must have melted 1 cube somewhere and was like, I'm good. But now I'm like, I need more. It's so good. Anyway, Echo, I would definitely get more of that one. And then in the living room, dining room, and entryway, I did White Amber and Silk, which is one of my favorites. Love it so much. It's like bergamot, cotton. I don't know. There's something else in here, but I love it so much. It's so good. It's definitely like a really clean cotton, but it's really comforting to me too. Oh my Lanta, it's so good. I have a couple bars left in my collection, and I have it in like every club that I have. Oh man, it smells to me like you're at the beach. It's an overcast day. Even like it's fall time or winter time and you're at the beach and it's overcast, because our beach during fall and winter is like always overcast. So you're at the beach in the fall and winter, but you're in your hotel room and you're looking out the window at the ocean, and it's gray and foggy, and you're smelling the clean, fresh hotel room sheets and air, and that's what that's what White Amber and Silk gives me. I guess there's amber in here, duh. I know there's bergamot, cotton. The other note must be amber. Anyway, so good. It's so good. Ugh. It's a favorite. And then I did alternating warmers with vanilla oud. Another Bring Back My Bar. I don't know what year, but this clam is very broken. This is like a super smooth, woodsy vanilla. And it's so nice too, and these two together were just really lovely. They were kind of, at first I was getting more of the vanilla oud, and then a couple hours in they were really like meshing and blending, and they were so nice together. And then the next morning all that I could smell was the White Amber and Silk. So they kind of took turns, but also they came together at a certain point, and it was just really lovely. I don't know if I'm gonna mix these again. I think this is my last bar of vanilla oud. I might have one more, but I might want to try this with another scent, so we'll see. Anyway, I liked that blend. Obviously I would get White Amber and Silk again. It's a favorite, and I would get vanilla oud again if it ever came back. Yeah, it's really nice. All right, the next day was, my eye is twitching. I don't know if you guys could see that. The next day was Father's Day, I believe. Yeah, and the prompt was to melt a masculine scent. So in the kitchen and the back room, I did Manish from the Pharmacist Daughter. This is sage, bergamot, leather, driftwood, and rosemary mint. This was lovely. It's such a unique blend. They have some really good blends. It's been a while since I've ordered from the Pharmacist Daughter, but I definitely plan to in the future. It's just, I have a lot of wax, guys. I haven't been placing many orders at all, especially from vendors. but I definitely plan to order from the Pharmacist Daughter again in the future. They have some beautiful blends, especially fresh, clean, masculine, like outdoorsy. They do some really unique outdoorsy blends. And this one's so good. I mean, sage, bergamot, leather, driftwood, rosemary. It's like perfect. Rosemary mint was definitely at the forefront while this was melting, but all of those other notes just gave it such a nice backdrop. Yeah, that was really good and performed super well. I would get that again. I think this is from June of 2021, so 2 years old, and it performed like incredibly well. So yeah, I would get that one again. Then from Scentsy, I did Driftwood Bay. And I was trying to remember, this was from the summer collection. I don't know if it was 2018, 29, or 17, 18, 19, somewhere in there. This is really nice too. Yeah, it's cologne. It's slightly cologne, but it's aquatic. Which, like I said, aquatic colognes and herbal colognes are my favorite. And this is so nice. I can't tell you what was in here. There might be some bergamot in here. And like probably driftwood. Yeah, that was beautiful. I did that in, did I say I did that in the bedrooms and bathrooms? And it was really nice. Good performer, like a 7 out of 10. Loved. I don't think, maybe my husband did say something about Echo. I don't remember. Because then I put this one in the bedrooms and bathrooms too, and it's cologne. I really like cologne scents in the bedrooms and bathrooms. And sometimes I just don't think about it. I don't think he said anything about this one though. This one is a little bit, not light, but it's definitely lighter than Echo. Anyway, I do really like that one. I would get more of that if it ever came back. And then in the living room, dining room, and entryway, I melted Desert Rock and Citron from the Father's Day collection. And like I already said, I put this one in my club, so I love this one. Oh, man. And there was, when this collection first came out, I think it was Amy from Amy Scents and Songs said this one smelled a little bit like sand swept to her. And I definitely do get that. I get the same wet sand note from Desert Rock and Citron that I got from Sand Swept. And I love it. This is a little bit more cologne. Like Sand Swept doesn't have any kind of cologne scent in it. Desert Rock and Citron does. It also, it has this like, it's like a mineral. It's like a, yeah, like a mineral scent. Oh, I love it. I know it has, I think there's like lemon and mint leaf and desert rock or something in this, but to me, I get that wet sand and like this minerally aquatic note. And it's just beautiful. I love that one, and it performed much better this time. I did the same thing as I did with High Mountain Lake. I had 2 of them. I melted one like right away, let this one sit for weeks, and this one was much stronger. Last time I melted it in the bedrooms and bathrooms, and I was wanting it to be stronger. I loved the scent, but I really wanted it to be stronger. This time it was on point. It was so good. Yeah, I love that one. Already stuck it in my club. I'm not sure when they're going to go away. Maybe at the end of June. I don't know. I'm sure Scentsy will keep us updated and let us know if they are going away at the end of the month, but I just wanted to get it in there because I have missed out on getting so many scents in my club because I'm just not paying attention and they go away and it's too late. So I stuck it in my club already. The next day, the 19th, was to melt a red, black, or green scent, and I went with green. So in the kitchen, I had Call Me at Dusk from Yummer's Delight, and I've just been waiting for a good prompt to use this one because I love it on cold so much. It is key lime and mahogany coconut, and yeah, I love it just as much on warm. It is so good. I definitely need to get more of this one. It's that tangy, creamy key lime. Oh my gosh, with mahogany coconut. And it's so good. I love this one. I might keep this container just so I can keep smelling it. And my mom commented on this one too. She came over and I had this going in the tea light and the bulb warmers in the kitchen, and she was like, "What's going in here? It smells really good." And I showed her and she was like, "Yeah, it smells really good." So we both like that, and I will definitely get more of that one. It was so strong, 9 or 10 out of 10, and I love the scent very much. In the back room, I did Drop Dead Moron from Kay's. This was a custom. I did a Hocus Pocus custom that I did. This was my Danny scent from Hocus Pocus. It's Grape Blow Pop, Skittles, and Bite Me. So I was kind of going with Danny trick-or-treating and what her trick-or-treat bag would smell like, and then she's a little feisty, so I thought the Bite Me was appropriate. And this is what it sounds like. It's a super sweet candy scent. It's nice. It was fun back here in the back room. This room was supposed to be like, my goal for it when we moved in was this would be like a serene, like come back here and chill and relax, but it kind of turned into Archer's playroom. So his friends come back here with him and play every day, and there's always toys everywhere. So anyway, I thought this was fun for them while they were playing back here. But it's one that I would typically melt like on Halloween in the kids' rooms. I like to do candy scents in their room. That performed well, like 7 out of 10, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Candy. Okay, in the bedrooms and bathrooms, I had Spa Day from Hayden Rowe. I forgot to look up the scent notes on this. I wanted to do that, but it was very spa-like. Yeah, very relaxing, a little herbal. There might be some lemongrass in here. I felt like I was picking some up. That's exactly what it sounds like. It's a very relaxing, calming scent, but it was very strong. So I would probably get that one again. I really enjoyed it in the bedrooms. Not the bedrooms. I really enjoyed it in the bathrooms, especially. And it lasted all day, and it was still going strong the next day when I was changing out the warmers, to the point that I almost just left it in because I felt like I was wasting it, but I changed it out. And then in the living room, dining room, and entryway, I did Pineapple Dragon Fruit from Scentsy. This is from the Sunshine State of Mind summer collection. It's not a favorite. It's not a favorite of mine. But I know a lot of people love this one. I am not a big fruity fan, especially not like straight up fruit. And this is just like a very sweet fruity scent to my nose. So it has pineapple and dragon fruit, obviously, but it has like a sugary, like it might just be sugar cane. I don't know. It's like a sugary sweet note. And this just ends up being a very like syrupy, sweet, fruity scent. It performed well, 8 out of 10. It was pretty much non-existent by the next morning, which I would have expected, being that it is a pineapple scent. But yeah, it's not for me. I won't get any more, but it does perform well. And if you like that kind of scent, give it a try, because I feel like everyone who likes fruity scents is loving this one. So just not for me, but it might be for you. Okay, the next day was to melt vanilla scents. So here in the back room, I still have it going because I haven't changed out my warmers yet today. This is warm vanilla and lavender from Barrett Wax Crafts. This is really nice. I get really good performance from everything I've melted from him so far. Yeah, it's like warm vanilla sugar and an herbal lavender. Really nice. He has really good lavender blends. And they perform well, like I said. So I usually take these and cut them in half and put a half in each warmer, and I get really good performance. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know when he is going to have another restock or pre-order. I think he just said on the Facebook group that he'll keep everybody updated, but I would definitely order from Barrett's in the future because, like I said, I get really good performance from his stuff. And then in the kitchen, I had Black and Black from Destination Wax. And this is black vanilla and black pepper. So this is really nice too. It's kind of hard to explain, for me anyway. It's like, to me, it was like an earthy vanilla. Does that even make sense? I don't know. I think that black pepper added in, like, it wasn't super spicy to me. I didn't walk in the kitchen and think, wow, this is spicy. Or like, wow, it smells like pepper in here. It just kind of gives it like gives the vanilla a little bit more depth. It's definitely a darker vanilla scent, and I enjoyed it. That was from 2021, and it did really well in the kitchen. I would possibly grab that one again. I don't think it would be like top of my list, but if I were just like throwing stuff in, I would grab it. In the living room, dining room, and entryway, I melted Michael from Teddy Bees. So Michael from Teddy Bees. I did want to say, if you haven't gone and subscribed to Steph yet, what's her channel name? I'll put it here. I think it's Steph Loves Life. I think that's her channel name. Hopefully I'll put it here on the screen. I've been loving her videos. She's just been putting them out like crazy here lately. She did like a huge Teddy Bees D-stash haul, which was so much fun to watch because it was her first experience with Teddy Bees. She had missed out on like pre-orders and RTSs, like the last 2 orders. So she bought a bunch of D-stashes and opened them with us, and it was so much fun. And just wanted to say, if you haven't gone and subscribed to her channel yet, go do it because she's so fun, and I don't know, I just love the whole like vibe of her videos. But anyway, she got Michael in one of her D-stash boxes, and so when Vanilla Day came around, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pull out Michael because I really like that scent. So Michael is vanilla birch, mahogany vanilla, and smooth marshmallow cream. So nice. This was from July of 22, so almost we're coming up on a year here, and it was great. It was strong. I had a few pieces left in here, and this was a souffle. I had this souffle cut into 8 pieces, and then I ended up, there were like 4 pieces left. I ended up cutting those in half because it smelled much stronger than it did the first time I melted it. So I ended up cutting those in half, so I had 8 pieces, 1 piece in each warmer, and it was great. I really like this one. I would get this one again. I definitely get the mahogany vanilla the most, but I love that scent. So I enjoyed that. I would get that again. And then in the bedrooms and bathrooms, I did Love and Kisses Mini from the Bring Back My Bar collection from Scentsy. I wanted to melt this one because I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people are saying it's super light, almost non-existent for them. And then some people are saying they're getting good performance from it and they love it and they're going to club it. And when I smelled it on cold, I wasn't like overly impressed, but I do like the scent of it. So I just wanted to melt it and see what in the world. That was a huge bird. I wanted to melt it and see what I got from it, because I don't think I've ever melted a bar of this one. I think I've melted a tester or two of it, but I don't think I ever melted a bar of this one. Also, on cold, it really reminded me of something and I couldn't figure out what it was. I did figure out what it is. This performed really well for me, guys. Really well. Like I said, I did it in the bedrooms and bathrooms. In my bedroom, it's like so strong and it lasted all day and it's still going now. I do have it in my bedroom. I have the Accord and the Polar Panorama, so I have 4 cubes altogether going. I'm not saying that you should have to use 4 cubes to get a throw from Scentsy. That's just my preference in the bedroom. I like my scents to be really strong. So I put a cube in each dish in the Accord, and the Accord is already like super strong. And then I ended up just putting a warmer on my husband's computer desk because I thought he would like it, the Polar Panorama. He likes that one, and it just so happens that it's a good performer and it's on the other side of the room from the Accord. So I don't know. I do 4 cubes in my bedroom and I'm okay with that. I try to use a whole clam when I pull a clam out, unless I'm doing alternating warmers. Anyway, I'm rambling. I think I need to eat something. I really like this, but I don't think I'm going to club it. I don't think I'm going to club it. It's really, really nice. So it's like apricot or apricot, blackberry. Is it blackberry or strawberry? I think it's red berries is what it says. It might be strawberry, but it kind of comes across like blackberry to me. And then vanilla, like a vanilla, I don't know if it's vanilla ice cream or creamy vanilla or just vanilla. I don't know what it says, but there's definitely a vanilla in here. That makes it kind of creamy. It's also kind of warm, like a warm, creamy, fruity scent. But what this reminds me of is peach nectar from Scentsy. It took me so long to figure out what I was thinking of, and then it just like clicked and I was like, that's what it is. So I think the apricot note in here reminds me of the peach note in peach nectar. Like they smell the same to me. So this is different, obviously, but it reminds me so much of peach nectar because I think I'm picking up a ton of that apricot or apricot. I don't even know how I say that word. Apricot? I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm picking up a ton of that note. And so it's coming across like peach nectar to me. Yeah, like that's what I pick up the most is that apricot. And it smells like peach nectar. If I say peach nectar one more time, let me know if you get that similarity. It's definitely different. I definitely get a berry in here, but it's so similar to me. Like I pulled the peach nectar bar out and I was smelling them side by side. And they were very similar. This one's a little bit warmer. And like I said, I get that berry, which I think is what is making it a little bit warmer. But this even has a little bit of a musky note to me. Like it's almost a little perfumey to me. It's definitely not just a fruity vanilla. Like to me, it has a little bit of a musky note, which comes across a little perfumey. I don't know. It's so weird, but it reminds me of peach nectar, and I love peach nectar, and that will not come out of my club. So I don't think I'm going to club this one, but I enjoyed it, and I would maybe pick up a couple more bars of it. I also think it's in like the same family as like Angel Experiment 624. I don't know. There's a few other ones. I would even say this is in the same family as like Vanilla Blackberry. It's just, there's just something about it. I like it though. I do really like this. If you, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who thinks this smells similar to peach nectar. I was going to say if you like peach nectar and you think you would like it more with a berry note added in, I would give this a try. But like I said, it's performing great. It's still going upstairs and it's a really nice scent, I think. But yeah, I'm not going to club it. I'm going to keep peach nectar in my club, and I think I'm good with that. Yeah. I can't believe that that's what it reminds me of. I didn't even cross my mind the first time I smelled this. Yeah. Anyway, that's nice. I have one non-wax empty here, and it is gingerbread caramel sugar scrub from the Bathing Garden. I enjoyed this. I don't know if it's one that I would like seek out and pick up again, but it was giving me all the like fall cozy vibes in the middle of June, so I did really enjoy it. It smelled great. And that is everything that I've gotten through in the last weekish. I need to go change out my warmers for the day. Today we're supposed to melt a scent that marks the start of summer, and today is the least summery day we've had so far in June. It's like, I don't know, 70 degrees and overcast and kind of dreary, which I enjoy, but it's definitely not giving first day of summer. So I'm still gonna melt summery scents, and we'll call it in. We'll call in the sunshine for all of you who want it. Okay, I need to go get a drink and eat something because I'm losing my marbles here. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you're following along with the challenge and what you've been melting. What was your favorite thing that you melted this week? What was your least favorite thing that you melted this week? I would love to talk to you guys in the comments. I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.